Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Viryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. So we saw some interesting facets about the whole thing.
I have a question which I had asked.
Shoot. Ask.
So, I mean, I don't know, I can't think about it more, but when we say that Vedas are Pravaha Nityam, so the contents remain the same with the... So why can't we say, I'm not talking about Maya, but why can't we say the same thing about the cyclic nature of manifestation?
Correct.
So that is also, can't we say that it's Pravaha Nityam?
That's why we say, see, why did this whole argument come out? Because he said, we use the word Nityam in various contexts. Two main contexts is, one is used in Vedanta for the Atma, absolute Nityatvam, independent of time and space. In and through time and space, independent of time and space. The other way we use the word Nityam is Pravaha Nityatvam or Vikari Nityatvam. Both are more or less not that much of a difference between the two, where it is continuous. So one kalpa after another kalpa after another. So there is a continuity about it. There is a similarity about it. But that is still under the hold of time and space. Whereas the Atma is not under the hold of time and space. So whatever is under the hold of time and space, even if it is called Pravaha Nityatvam, it is still finite. It is still Mithya. So the Mithyatvam comes wherever there is Pravaha Nityatvam also. So that's the only reason why it's used it. Yeah.
So that particular manifestation, suppose if it's Satya Yuga, then that will be Parinami Nityam, but the nature of the cyclic nature is Pravaha Nityam.
Itself proves Mithya. Because it's changing. Na? It's in time and it's changing. Satya, Brahma, Treta, Kali, and all that, So it goes on like that. Yeah. So that itself proves Mithya to Bhagavati.
So Swamiji, Maya will also be Anadi, no? Maya is also Anadi, right? So in that case, what she's saying...
Pravaha Nityam, because Maya is undergoing change. Na? What is it that changes? Not Brahman, Maya changes. Na?
Yeah, but Maya will always be there, no?
Yeah.
Like
what
Brahman,
happens in Pralaya? Maya is potential condition.
It is avyakta, but it will not go away, right?
Yeah, it doesn't go away. It doesn't happen.
Maya will be, till Brahman is there, Maya will be there. And to acknowledge Brahman, Maya, with the help of Maya only...
Why is Maya there? Why is Maya there?
Otherwise creation will be not there.
Because it's an apparent power of Brahman. Therefore, it's a dependent reality.
Okay.
Therefore, again, Mithya. So that's why I put up those 4 definitions, remember?
But when we want to know Brahman, it will only through Maya.
Through Maya, of course it is.
Without Maya, we will not know.
Because
so that makes Brahman Anadi is there, but Maya also becomes Anadi, no?
Anadi, but Antam.
Antam. And then the next cycle starts. So
no, Antam in your case.
In Antam in
yeah.
Okay, so then
you are completing it, na? Your
so
ignorance of Brahman is going.
Then it does not become power.
Exactly.
So
at the individual level. Yes,
this thing, the Kalpa has got 4 yugas.
Yeah.
This is Satya Yuga. Then it will be Pralaya, or it should be, now you see...
After Kali, it should be Pralaya actually.
Pralaya should be. People are telling Satya Yuga has come.
They are missing the point entirely. See, there is something like this also. There are mini Pralayas and mini, small ones. Those Pralayas are like having an ice age.
That's ice age.
Yeah, so an ice age is due now. In fact, it's a little bit overdue. So many ice ages have been there in the history of civilization. Ice ages have been there. It starts with global warming in a nutshell, okay? Overheating. So the ice, Antarctica, Arctic Ocean, etc. melting. When that fresh water joins, the current flow, which is based on heating up, stops because so much of cold fresh water is coming in. So the circulation, the currents stop. When the current stops, hot water doesn't go up. There's no hot water to go up. Because, so then extreme heat comes into extreme cold now. So everything starts freezing up. So around the equator, a thin band, life can survive without freezing.
After that, pralaya only.
No, this is mini pralaya. After that, ice age will start melting because how long will it last?
Okay.
Sun's rays are constantly coming in. Constantly coming in, heating up the planet. So again the ice will start melting, this, that, etc. So in ice age, actually land mass will increase because ocean levels will go down. Ocean levels will go down.
But sun has also got a life, right?
Yeah, but that's how many billions of years?
This is just the first leg of Kali Yuga. No, this is just the first leg of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga still has to go. Na? We are
20,000 years.
20,000
so in that
years.
1 or 2 ice ages we will see.
Okay.
We will see 1 or 2 ice ages in that 20,000 years.
And then probably Pralaya, then Satyuga.
Then Satyuga will come.
Yeah. So right from the time of Mahabharata, etc., it's still global warming going on. Dwarka went under because it's all going on. Probably Bombay also will go under. At least parts of it will go under.
That's what they say.
In global warming.
All coastal cities.
In coastal science will go under. And then with ice age, it will expand again. Bombay will go back to becoming 7 islands.
But Swami, here we are talking only about the earth.
Yeah.
We are not talking beyond.
Exactly.
That no one talks
Yeah.
about.
So the whole universe going, that is a Mahapralaya happening and all that. Yeah. However, this many things will happen within the earth.
So there you had expansion and
Yeah, exactly. So that's what Pravaha Nityatvam is there for many things. Yeah. But that's not freedom from time and space. That's all within time and space. Yeah. So he talked about that to show that Atma is not like that. Atma is unconditioned by time and space. So the whole thing is very, very different here. Yeah. Any other questions?
Something after this thing about that those who know not attain moksha, they will be born again in Satyuga.
Yeah, they'll be born again, Satyuga.
That's the chances of moksha is right more than.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, it is not just because you are born in a yuga you will gain moksha. All of us were there at some time there also. No?
Yes,
Some birth we would have had.
Skipped us.
It's a relative.
We are very much here.
Okay,
in Kali
now
Yuga.
this is a matter for belief if people believe. I remember a lifetime at the time of Mahabharata with some details. Okay? With some details I remember. That means what? One lifetime was at the time of Vyasa, Krishna, etc. But I remained an idiot I was. व्यासा का दर्शन किया, कृष्णा का दर्शन किया, कुछ फर्क पड़ा क्या?
Krishna थे.
Thank God I didn't fight against Krishna. I fought for that.
But you had that samskaras, no? That which,
थोड़ा संस्कार आ गया और कुछ नहीं है.
But it's not
But
as
that takes
simple.
time.
Yeah. I remained the same idiot. I mean, great teachers like Krishna, Vyasa and all, you know, what happened to you? Nothing. थोड़ा संस्कार लग गया ना. I remained the same idiot. So all of us have gone through that. Yeah. So all of us have gone through that.
So, Andrika idiot should.
Yeah, some of us remember, some of us don't remember. इतना ही फर्क है. But all of us have lived in different lifetimes. What we were, we don't know.
Do wise people remember it because they become wise now?
No.
So now I have no recollections with it. No.
No, you do other some practices, etc. Some of these surface itself. In past life regression, etc. surfaces. You know, I did it for the fun of it, just to see whether these things are true or not. So in 1 or 2 of our camps, we have done this.
Correct.
Just to show people that, hey, it exists. You don't have to take it too much of it. Yeah. That's nothing more than that. So, but just because you are born in a yuga, it won't
There is no
happen.
chance. Okay. Even in spite of that, so much knowledge is there that time.
Exactly, in spite of so much of it, availability is there. But like, it's something like this. I go to a yoga festival. I see a few Indian faces. Now 2 and 1 person. All others are foreigners. Why? Arey, yoga we know, na? We are Indian. Or you know, nothing you know. I would take it as you know. At the most you have done a few asanas, bend down, touch your feet, etc. That's all. Usse zyada kya kiya hai? You know? We've done nothing. But we take it for granted because it's available. So what is to prevent it from another Kalpa, Satya Yuga also, people taking it for granted? It's human thing. And that time life was more structured. So you're caught up in all the structure also, no? You have to do the, Brahmacharya, Ashrama, then get married, then the structure was more. So you're caught up in the structure. Roles were taken very seriously. So if you have a warrior role, you're not going to drop that and go and become a sadhu until the end of your life. If you survive. Yeah, you survive. I remember details of the war. Yeah. That's why I'm so keen to meet Ashwatthama. But probably the prarabdha is not there because I missed him in a couple of villages. I arrived in the morning and he had left the village the previous evening. So hide and seek ho gaya tha. That's life. Okay. Maybe the prarabdha with him is over and done with.
So Avidya is also anadi, no?
In that sense, yeah. But Antam is there.
Antam.
End is there. Yeah, Karthik, you have been waiting patiently for a long time.
No problem. So Swamiji, you talked about Abhayam in the last class.
Yeah.
At a Vyavaharika level, is Abhayam leading a life of Dharma?
In a way, but you can live a life of Dharma and still have a lot of fear. So Abhayam is a value you cultivate. Courage, Abhayam relatively is courage. Abhayam Pratishta Mindate, that is freedom from that insecurity, etc. But at the relative level, it's living in courage. That's why I give all those examples, Major General, all that I give because live in courage. You're scared. Like he told me last night, I almost peed in my pants. For a warrior who's decorated for bravery to say that, it takes a lot out of you to say that, to admit that. But it is that same thing, that admitting that made him courageous. Yeah, I'm scared like hell, but I'll do what has to be done. That's courage. That's living in courage. Then you also work on your insecurities. What is it that's making you feel insecure? So, more than just Dharma in the aspect of Ishvara Jnanam comes into the picture. Bhakti comes into the picture. Yeah. See, in simpler terms was also told by Christ, Not a sparrow shall fall unless he wills it. He's telling his students, all of you are worth many more sparrows. So why will anything happen to you unless it's the order of things? It's the order of things that has to happen, fine. Let it happen. So that sort of tremendous acceptance of Karma Yoga, etc. and Bhakti. Yeah. Things will go wrong, of course they will go wrong. My brother-in-law has a simple statement. Life means problems. So face it.
Wow, that's so huge.
Simple philosophy of life he has got. Life means problems, face it. Yeah. So my sister will sometimes tell him, you can't face all problems just like that. You have your brother now, call him up. He'll give you the right advice. He'll do a tarot for you if you want. Go call him up. So it's simple, straightforward, no issues. Why? Because you take things in your stride and you live it. No? That requires a certain courage. Yeah. You can't live in fear and hope to understand Vedanta. That forget it. See, there are times when this will happen to all of us. We will get old, we will get infirm, so probably even dependent on some people. That need not prevent you from doing what you have to do. You learn to work with your limitations. Yeah, you learn to work with your limitations. It will happen to all of us, no? It's happening now. What you could do 25 years ago, you can't do now. No? Yeah. I'm planning a trip into the Himalayas. So now, previously, I didn't need any preparation. Now, I'm walking with 10 kilos on my back and things like that. Thoda preparation karna padta. I can't just walk in. So, that's how it is. You work with your limitations. What's the big deal? Yeah. We all are going to get that. So what do? So do right things right now that you will not get that bad then. Yeah. At any age. Once you cross 50, focus on strengthening your legs. Very, very important. Aging starts with the lower limbs. Apana Vayu is the first thing that will go. So work on that. Stabilize there. Strengthen your legs. Climb steps. Don't use the lift all the time. Samjay, stay on the 23rd floor. Okay. 5 floors you climb after that. Yeah. Simple as that. No? 7th floor climb up. At least once a day climb up. Or, so things like this. Simple things. Yeah. For functional fitness. Start. That's the way of managing. Yeah. Once you know the truth, you can say, Prarabdhaya arpitam sovapuhu. Yeah. Prarabdhaya arpitam sovapuhu. That's a different thing altogether. Yeah. Your body is offered to Prarabdha. Let what has to happen, happen. But even there you can be functionally effective. Puja Swamiji's life was all about that. He didn't take care of his body. In fact, he even mentioned, I wish I had listened to Brahma Vidananda. He had done something. He said that. Yeah. But he functioned with his limitations. Yeah. After stopping all medications, is that he would still take a class. Just to show, hey, whatever condition in your life, the teacher, you can still function. So that is in terms of abhayam, relative and absolute. Yeah.
So we had a
Also,
question.
Swamiji.
Yeah, shoot.
So not directly related to
Yeah,
now what we are doing,
ask.
but it was a question that was hovering in my mind for some time. So Swamiji, the connection between energy work and the truth, like so yoga, tai chi and all these are big intense sciences which they talk about the chakras and the elevation of the energy levels and all. And then of course they talk about gaining moksha through that and reaching the reality. So if people are who are doing only Vedanta, like all the chakras, they like the emotional center and then the anahat and then the sahasrara. So there are levels. So now how do you
correlate the two?
The correlate, that is okay. That's not the point. The point is that people who are doing only Vedanta, for example, there is a person who is not exposed to any of these things. Now this person, how will he know that whether his energy levels are that high? So is it a hierarchy that you go up and then you understand the truth? Or because we may be at a Mooladhara. Now Mooladhara says you are still at the Sansara level. So you are holding, gathering, security, fear and everything. Then and these are not even the chakras, even our mental level we can correlate. Then you come at the emotional level and the saint levels are come, then Tukaram Maharaj and then there is emotion and love and compassion. Then you come, and these are actually in your life you can feel that, that there are people who are so down, greed, like now whatever indigo. Then you rise up. So everybody has to go through that to actually reach somewhere to understand the biggest truth. Or people who are at this level, they don't do anything with themselves and they are at the scholar level, they are just trying to imbibe and they know a lot, but no work is done at the ground level. So even if one flight delay, they will break down and they don't know how to handle life. And they are the highest scholars. They know everything about Vedanta and Upanishads and all. So is there any connect? If people need to go through all these stages.
People also have got the question.
Yeah.
Whether your mind is highly prepared or your mind is in doldrums. Does Vedanta say you are the mind?
They follow that. Vedanta doesn't say the mind, so I am not bothered.
Now, you asked your question, I am clear about your question. Now, you have to junk the mind anyway. So, what is it that you need? Chakras opening up is no guarantee of anything. Number one. If some emotional blocks are removed, for example, let us take your heart chakra. Your emotional blocks are removed by that work. But it is something finite. If it is something finite, it can be done in 100 different ways. What you need, resolving of emotional blocks. Correct? So all the breathing practices, this, that, meditation, etc., your emotional block is revealed. You go for therapy, the same emotional block is resolved or not? You get involved in dance and music, your emotional block is resolved or not?
That's why they say somatic therapy and so many therapies.
Yeah.
No, I'm not
One
saying.
second.
No.
Now understand. Your question is clear. Now don't go back to your question. Listen to the answer. So when you're listening, focus on the answer, not on the question that you have. So this part. And what does Karma Yoga do? The biggest point in Karma Yoga is what? One is priorities on one side, other is acceptance.
Acceptance.
No? So you cultivate acceptance. Flight is delayed. Accept that fact. Is there something you can do about it? Like I was in Pokhara once. Flight got cancelled because that flight goes in between mountain paths. 18 seats only. Kya karega? Everyone saying, oh, complaining to the thing. I said, hey, cancel ho gaya. Today is not going to fly. So we gathered a few people, went out, took a cab right straight back to Kathmandu. You do what is necessary. Instead of fighting and this thing and doing what's unnecessary. Cancellation, you got the money back. So that's fine. That money you put into the cab right and right. So what would take you 2 hours now took you 8 hours. That's okay. Accept facts and do it. Nah. So when you accept facts and do it, what is happening? Maturity is coming in or not? Your mind is handled or not? Now, those scholars who get upset is because they made the study only academic. Two things are necessary. At the level of the mind, there is a transformation happening. At the level of the mind, there is a transformation. That transformation is in terms of viveka, vairagya, objectivity, samadhama. Samadhama is psychological process, isn't it? Titiksha, samadhan, shuddha. All this is happening. That's transformation. That's growth that we talk about. So if that has not happened and you are studying, you have made it purely an intellectual exercise. Without that, sadhana chatushtaya, if you are studying Vedanta, you are making it an intellectual exercise, that's all. Okay. So that's what happens to many scholars.
And what about the energy work? Like even that Sadguru means.
So energy work, okay, okay. Your energy
what is the role of energy?
Your energy has opened, your intuition has opened, all that has opened. Okay? Avidya has gone. Will avidya go? Avidya will not go as a result of karma. That's what we've been doing, no?
Yeah. No, I said, is it?
No, the chakras will not open up unless you do that work. Unless you do energy work, your chakras will not open up, need not open up. It is open enough for functioning.
Functioning. Okay.
See, right now you think all our chakras are not functioning? Let us say, Dayanand, have you done any emotional work chakra work in your life? I know for sure he has not done.
I also know.
Okay, but he says his chakras are open enough for him to function. No? Correct or not? He is functioning effectively as a human being. Understanding Vedanta better than many of us. That means what? His chakras, none of his chakras are opened up in the sense that we talk about in energy work. But he is functioning fine. Moksha doesn't depend upon your chakras opening. Moksha depends on the nature of your mind and your heart, your emotions. Why emotions?
No, not the chakra. This is the heart and the mind only we are talking
so
about.
Heart and emotion. Your intellectual awareness, your emotional being can be worked upon in 100 different ways.
Okay.
It is not only through chakra work. It's not only through that. Now you see me doing some of this. I experiment with a lot of systems. Once I have my rootedness in Vedanta, I experiment with a lot of systems to see what is it, when someone comes and talks to me or asks me, I know exactly what it is about. I experiment with Brazilian healing also, Amazonian. This thing, and I know what it does now to me. What it can do to a human being. Yeah. It's something similar to what our Naga Babas and all do.
How
That
you
I'm
did
familiar.
that Brazilian? Brazilian is now.
So they have this Jonas had come here with some of the healers and all. So the same thing. It's some similar work. So there are various ways of doing it. You know the detox that takes place with breathing in 3 months. It happened in 3 hours and 1 night for me. Because I needed detox. So when I did that, detox happened. But it is not everyone can go through that level of detox.
The Brazilian healing.
Yeah. So it's a way of detox happening. But for others it will be mild. For me it was much, much stronger because I needed that, and plus I was focused on that. I just started my breathing for detoxing. Which Tai Chi mein, which is detox level? Breathing? Second level. So what I would have taken 3 months happened in 3 hours. I said I'm very good. Yeah. Though your alimentary canal opens up at both ends. How will detox happen otherwise? For me, the upper end didn't open up. 3 hours. Okay, come. Good. 3 months ka work saved. Fine. But that's all. What is that for me at this stage? Good health. Okay. Good health. Yeah. Other mastery is there, not necessary. You don't need that for Vedanta. But can be a tool for Vedanta? Of course it can be. Why? What is the goal in all of them? See, this is what people are forgetting. The goal in all of them, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, mastery of the mind. That's all it can give. So that mastery of the mind can involve connecting with devatas and spirits and all that thing. Karo na. You don't need a phone. Anyway, you can contact devata with a cell phone. You contact him. So, what
Devata would have blocked everybody. Already have you blocked kiya hua hi hai? We don't know.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, what does it matter? How you got your mind ready, that's all. So, it can be gotten 100 different ways. Look at, you know that. You know Commodore, right? You met Commodore? No. You met Sahaya?
Of course. Pan bhi khaya.
क्या एनर्जी वर्क किया है सहाया? He died with Aham Brahmasmi on his lips, lying down आराम से. What energy work has he done? Even exercise is that. शरीर को ज़्यादा कष्ट नहीं लेना है. Should not trouble the body too much. Walking, he followed Ayurvedic principles. Half a kilometer, हो गया. Yeah, ज़्यादा कष्ट नहीं देने का है.
In fact, in the last camp, he was the one who had 3 vatis of
Vatis.
sweets.
Yeah, ghee.
And he's telling me, इतना तो चाहिए ना.
धृतो वै आयुः. धृतो वै आयुः. It's Vedic statement है. We don't have the guts to do that. But he lived by that principles and he was fine. Every master requires one vice, one fault in it. What was his?
Ghee.
Tobacco. In the Taoism, every Taoist master has one vice. To keep you grounded. Otherwise, सब हवा में हो जाएगा. To keep you grounded, you need that. Don't ask me what is mine. I'll tell you.
No, he will tell you.
What is that? Tell me.
I will do deep mananam on this and tell you.
Tea and
What she
coffee.
means is I'll tell you without the recording on.
No, it's recording is on. Tea, coffee, chocolate. That's my vice. All my students know it.
Eating chocolates.
Chocolates is other tea
Yeah.
coffee.
Keeps you grounded, all right. Very well.
Tea चाहिए स्वामी जी को.
Nowadays, doctors are advising, along with breakfast, have one piece of very dark chocolate. Heart patients, doctors are advising that. Yeah, we knew this long back. Anyway, jokes apart. This is the whole thing when you go through that. So you don't need all that stuff. You can do it. Anything can be used to get your mind ready. Remember this. It's a question of attitude. How do you do it? I saw a very interesting documentary on the Shaolin and the Wudang temples. Okay? So there was a older monks practicing master. He said, so the person who was interviewing him said, we are coming back again after a couple of years. I may not be here. I may have become a god by then. So there's a kid listening to it, a student. So after the master goes, he's interviewing the child. Says, what do you think about what your master just said? I don't think by punching and kicking you can become a god. That kid had a great level of objectivity there. Yeah. Are you getting there? Yeah. Been there, done that. Is it a great discipline to get your mind ready? Definitely. Is it a discipline to live in courage? Definitely. Yeah. A threat is coming to you, you are undisturbed by it. It's a big thing. It's not a small thing. Great discipline. Bhakti, puja, part, another discipline. Two extremes they are actually. Two extremes they are. Yeah. The idea of worship, this, that, etc. is one.
Even sports, Swamiji.
Sports,
any
of course.
sports.
That's why Vivekananda says there's a lot of spirituality in football. Because your development of your will, acceptance of facts, overcoming your limitations,
And
accepting success and failure, all that comes in now. So, preparation, anything can be used for preparation, anything need not be preparation.
I think sports teaches you that this is just a body very fast.
Very fast, yeah.
And then
Because
you
you're
push
disciplined, you're making it, push it,
yourself
you're pushing it.
Yeah. And main teamwork, no?
Yeah.
Teamwork
Teamwork, all that, so acceptance. Yeah. If both of you have gone back to each other up at the end of it, you're shaking hands. You begin with shaking hands, you end with shaking hands. That's why in marriage also you begin with shaking hands. Panigrahanam hai na. After that you fight all your life. Correct? It's a good thing to do. Okay, that much for all the doubts. Then he's starting a very interesting section after this. Very interesting. I'll have to do some explanation of the Purva-paksha itself, but all the quotations and all we saw, correct? And the ended with the Gautama Sutra, the Sutra of Gautama, correct? Nyaya Upabrahidam.
We have to see some of the quotations.
Page 122 is.
So
we have just started.
Prashna one say we have to see. Tvam hina.
122, page 122, na? Tatha cha Acharya Pranitam.
No, 121.
121
Tvam
kida.
hina pita. And 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line from bottom.
Ah, okay.
So some quotations we do.
Ah, okay, some quotations we have to do. Tum hina pitaha yo asman avidyaya param taresi. So those young boys telling the guru that, you're like our father itself because you have taken us beyond avidya. So that is why in North India you will say santati is of two types. One is born of you and one is born of knowledge, the parampara. So the parampara is also connected with that. So that means what? You needed nothing else but knowledge. The whole focus is you needed nothing else but knowledge to know to come to that state. Okay. Then Shrutam hi eva ayam bhagavad darshavi tarati shokam atma soham bhagava sochami tam mam bhagavad shokasya param tarayatu. Chandogya Narada going to Sanat Kumara and saying, we have heard that we come to Vedanta Acharyas, Shokasya Param, we will go beyond sorrow, all sorrow. So, Aham Narada Sochami, I am Narada who is in grief, Shokasya Param Tarayitu. In fact, Sanat Kumara is surprised. Why? Triloka Sanchari, Narada talking like this, kya baat hai? Okay. So he says, tell me all that you know, I will teach you what you don't know. He gives a list. I'm telling you, it takes a lifetime to master any one of them. 12 to 15 years it will take just to master one discipline. And he has mastered some 32 disciplines. Just imagine getting so many doctorates. Or at least master's degree in all of them. Yeah. Including Dhanurvidya, etc., archery and martial arts. Narada, you don't see it, huh? Because we see only the media created caricature of Narada.
I know.
Politicians. Yeah. But this is it. So he says you have learned everything except Bhuma Vidya and teaches him that. So again, only knowledge, not all that you do. 32 disciplines, including all this chakra, all that he has got, he mentions it. Yeah. Tasmai Nrutataka Kashaya Tamasa Param Darshiyati Bhagavan Sanat Kumara. That beyond all kashayas, beyond all your kleshas, beyond all the problems that is there, okay? Tamasaf Param, beyond avidya, Tamasaf Param Darshiyati Bhagavan Sanat Kumara. Iti Chevam Adhya Shukya Moksha Pratibandha Nivritti Matram Eva Ajnanasya Phalam Darshayati. Jnanasya Phalam Eva Ajnanasya. Yeah. Moksha is Jnana Phalam. Ajnana Nashakam. Therefore, knowledge which negates avidya, that is all that is darshayati. Therefore, what you need for moksha is only that. What you need to get your mind ready can be 101 things. In fact, clean living will give it to you. No? Clear cut living. Duty focused, do what is necessary. Commodore was a classical example of that. Clean life, a life committed to this country and this. That's it. He didn't even think of Navy life as a career. For him, it was doing the right thing for the country. That's it. Yeah. And clean life. Yeah. He is ready. He's there and knew him well. How quickly he understood it. Sahaya and he came from two opposite ends. Sahaya came from a scholarly background. Commodore came from a warrior background. Both of them got to the same place. Why? Both of them came for the knowledge. Both of them came for the knowledge. Sahaya came from a background of Sukhajivan. Royalty, Nawabi lifestyle. Really, he was like that. No. Kevin, at 18, his brother, he was going to college, his brother gifted him a motorbike.
In those days.
Those days. What more could he want? Motorbike and a youngster going to college? You know what he did? He sold off that motorbike and got a carriage instead. Oh. Gives you an idea what the man was.
What he got?
Carriage.
Horse carriage.
Horse carriage.
You wanted royal entry then?
My God.
Who will kick it and start?
Going to college, royalty. Most of the, when we were young, we would have loved a bike. No? All of us would have a bike. But given a bike, he chose a carriage instead. That was a
Carriage Bajaj में मिलती है.
yeah.
Those days, no? When he was 18.
When we were, Sai would have been in his 90s now.
Yeah, he would have been close to 95 or something.
Yeah. So, and Commodore came from a completely different background. Austere, discipline, this thing, life, different life. Both of them got their mind ready, both of them gained the truth. Simple as that. Why? Mind ready, knowledge. Both of them came for the knowledge. Yeah. Both of them came for the knowledge. And the beauty of that man's attitude. Sahaya was a student of great teachers like Swami Dayananji's level teachers. Akhandananji. After Akhandananji Samadhi was looking for a teacher, he came to me and he could be a student. That time I was still in white. And he could be, that's a great attitude, commitment to learning that he had. He didn't say, youngster hai yaar, second generation. He didn't say that. He said, abhi to pahunch gaya hai, aur kahan nahi jana hai. He says, he will live longer than me, therefore my life is set.
Practical.
Yeah, very practical man. And he could learn. Commodore knew that he outran me by 30 years. He knew that. That I was a volunteer when he was fleet commander. He knew that. Yeah. I have told him. And, yeah. But he still could learn and learn from me. Those are the learning attitude, that commitment to learning, that works. Yeah. Previously it was different. I learned from him. I learned certain leadership lessons I learned from people like Commodore. Yeah. But then he became my student, role reversal. And he could learn. The greatness is not my greatness, it's his greatness, his attitude. That he could learn from someone whom he outranked by 30 years. So, that attitude is what makes the thing work for you. Yeah. Whereas, some of the practices can also make you arrogant, if you want to be. Yeah, it can make you arrogant. मैं तो अखंडानंद जी का स्टूडेंट है यार, ये क्या सिखाएगा मेरे को? He could have said that. He didn't. I have faced it with some of Pujya Swamiji's devotees. We studied from Pujya Swamiji. We are not going to study from anywhere. I said, good Amma, all the best. Listen to his tapes. और क्या बोलेगा? Yeah. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to argue with this. Reva de. No time waste. Go. Fine. Commodore could have said, he's a young trainee. I was the fleet commander. What is this guy? No, he says, no. In this he is expertise. I will learn. Their attitudes, that made a huge difference in their lives. Yeah. So, that's a huge difference in that. That what you get your mind ready and have that learning attitude. I need this knowledge, it doesn't matter whom I'm going to. By the way, Narada was much senior to Sanat Kumar. Huh? Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sanat Kumara was Kumara, young youngster. Narada was already Triloka Sanchari.
And he asked him, saying, you tell me what you know.
Exactly. That's why Sanat Kumara was surprised. So when Commodore walked into my house, I was pleasantly surprised. I said, the only thing this man needs is there's nothing else. I recognize that.
But Swamiji, how did the students who listen to Pujya Swamiji, for example, for like many years I'm sure, how did they miss the fact that without a guru, you can't complete your studies? How did that become so...
Don't get sidetracked. They were not really students of knowledge. Their commitment to knowledge is shaky.
No, but I think, see, if I have been Swamiji's student, for me to go somewhere else now will be very difficult.
Very difficult also, agreed.
Your Swamiji, it's like a father, means you have a different bond. Of course. Of course. Now, but having said that, the mumukshutvam should have
taken care. But you know what
moved to the next level and
now
all of that, right? That becomes more important.
No, this is what happens.
It's very difficult.
You go, Tivra mumukshutvam is there. Now you gain some insights. So the mumukshutvam has come down because it's getting satisfied. Because you gain some insights. Now, instead of working on their insights more, they think, no, I have enough. Now I'll do my own studies, this, that, etc. Not enough. It goes down. Not enough. Unless you got your nishtha, it's not enough. It goes down. I've seen it happening in people.
And that is the biggest challenge, right?
Yeah.
Because I've seen so many students also say, I've done the Gita twice, so it's okay. And they moved on, whatever, right? And so unless and until you understand that the nishtha needs you to always have a guru, in that sense.
In that
but
sense,
that Atma Samarpan, once you do with one guru, that is of the highest level. Then to bring someone else
you can have chachas. You can have lady chachas. You can have guru. Father is one. Chachas can be many.
Because you are already devoted to somebody so much. Then, like Meera going to others other than Krishna.
But I'll tell you what. You can go to someone in the same parampara.
Yeah, the devotion to the knowledge is the greater.
Who went to multiple gurus?
Yeah.
I went to so many gurus. For me, Swami Dayanand is a guru.
You will have a Parama Guru, but that you won't give up. But the nishtha for the knowledge,
will take
Has
you to
to
that, whatever
move
necessary.
on.
Yeah. And I also known people, now I don't know how correct or wrong it was, maybe it is one of the solutions to this issue, the Gita home study course. So some people start becoming teachers in the Gita home study course. And they think that is enough for them. That is a big block. All of you can go for a Gita home study course if you want to. But if you are becoming a teacher in the Gita home study course and thinking that's enough for you, you are destroying yourself.
Blind, living blind.
If you do the Gita home study course, take it to help others, perfectly fine. Continue your own studies with someone or the other. That is the important part. I've seen people, Swamiji, I'm doing this now and I'm listening some of the tape. That's enough for me. Okay, that's enough for you, fine. 10 साल का बाद देखेगा. If you are there, stay there. और क्या बोलेगा? They decided is enough for them, then let it be. Yeah. So, and then after that he quotes, he says, Tatacha Acharya Pranitam Nyaya Upabrahmitam Sutram. This is a quotation from Nyaya Sutras of Gautama. This is Nyaya Vaisheshika. So, it is not strictly a Vedanta text, but certain things he says make sense there. He says, Dukkha Janma Pravritti. Dukkha, that comes from your Janma and your Pravritti. Okay? Janma, your birth as a human being, and the actions that you do after that. Dukkha Janma Pravritti. Okay? This dosham, this fault that is there in people's lives, this limitation that is there in people's life is mithya jnana. Jnananam uttara upayai. That is created by what? Mithya jnanam. Erroneous conclusions. Okay? Tad anantaram apaya apavargaha. Therefore, unless that mithya jnanam will go, apavargaha or moksha will not happen to you. So even a Naiyayika is saying the same thing in that sense. That unless avidya goes, moksha is not there. Yeah. That means what? It is not kriya sesha. The whole idea is what? Vedanta is not kriya sesha. That is the whole thing. Iti mithya jnana apayascha brahmayatmaka etvat vijnana bhavati. That mithya jnanam, tasya apaya, negation of that will happen only through brahmatma ekatva jnanam. The knowledge that deals with the obtaining identity of Brahman and Atma. The obtaining identity, not a created identity. Not an identity created out of a process. It's not like a naturalized citizen. You go from here and you become American now. I was Indian, now I'm American. So actually you have dual identity. The Indian roots and American, that's what the Americans expect. That you have the dual identity. That's a process now. You shifted identity. Here it is not like that. Whatever your conclusion about yourself is, you are Brahman itself. That identity of you and Brahman exists at all times. Pending recognition, it is yours. So what is moksha? Nothing but recognizing this. There is nothing else to be done. Anything to be done is getting your mind ready. Everything else is knowledge based. As we have spoken to a lot of people who are into this Qigong and chakras and all that. Last step we cannot take. For that you need Vedanta. Last step is Vedanta. It will not come through that practice. Because any practice will be what? Finite. Karma phalam. Karma phalam will be finite. How can a karma, which is a product of ajnanam, negate ajnanam? Simple as that. Karma is a product of ajnana. To do karma, remember adhyasa bhashya. To do that karma, you need that ajnana. You need a sense of false identity. Okay. So for that to go, it's not through the karma that is going to go. No amount of karma is going to take that away. Because karma only strengthens ajnanam. Why do you think sannyasa is praised? Because you're dropping
based
rules.
on a role.
You're dropping rules. Now what does dropping rules involve? Dropping all karma. When do you get a sense of achievement and things like that? Through karma. No? Therefore karma feeds your ahankara or doesn't feed your ahankara. You have to be very conscious it doesn't feed your ahankara, isn't it? However greater the achievement, greater the ahankara. Even if it is good karma. Even if it is good karma. Because you have that ahankara. Because ahankara is like that. It feeds on karma. You don't have to drop it. That's where karma yoga buddhi comes in. It knocks off that. Because Ishvara Arpanam, abhi kya hai? Main kidhar hu? This is Ishvara Arpanam. Prasada buddhi. So that negates the ahankara. Or at least keeps it manageable levels. Which is good enough. Yeah. That's why a hasty sannyasa will increase ahankara. Sannyasi, Maharaj. Why are you calling me Swamiji? Call me Maharaj. North India, that's why everyone says Maharaj. Where is he? Sanchit is there. He calls me Maharaj. Maharaj will not barabar. Maharaj. Or it can create a Dina Bhavam in you. कुछ नहीं यार, एक टाइम क्या क्या करता था. 1,000 people used to work under me. Now nobody listens to me. खाना भी भीखना मांगना पड़ता है. So it can create Dina Bhavam or it can create that arrogance. Both should be avoided. Both should be. So because that is the nature of life. Anything can go into any direction. Your mind is a great thing. It can go into anything. I'm a student of Vedanta. Yeah, we are special. Chosen people. That's the worst problem. Okay, this chosen people business, damages yourself, damages others also. Yeah. Two major religions create havoc in the world with this. We are the chosen. Without us, you won't get moksha. That's how much it is in Vedanta says, no. Vedanta says it doesn't matter who you are or what you are. You just get this understanding, you are fine. Your culture, background, religion, etc. doesn't really matter. Yeah, it grew up in a culture, so you can't isolate it from the culture. But you need not be from the same culture to get it. If an Eskimo in Iceland has got a prepared mind, he comes and studies Vedanta. He lives on meat. He lives on this. Everything he is doing is not in harmony with our culture. But if his mind is ready, Viveka Vairagya is there. And some of them have it. Okay? You think he won't understand Vedanta? You only have to be able to explain to him in his language or in his keeping his background into account. Why? Because Vedanta doesn't tell you you're great because of your culture. It negates it. It's negating your body and mind. What about what you do with your body and mind? Culture is a negator or not? Your culture is negated. Your background is connected. Your history is negated. Your nationality is negated. After that, it comes to negating your body, mind, etc. All this is negated first. You think a Pakistani can't understand Vedanta? You know what the latest development is?
They have also started reading.
Yeah, reading. They in the university they have brought in Sanskrit and studies on Mahabharata and the Gita. A surprise, Lahore. Says because this is our history as well. Now, are you studying it as a Pura Paksha or are you studying it to understand? I don't know. Because of their culture, thoda question mark aa jata hai.
Pakistani version of Gita.
Yeah. Or is it a form of cultural digestion? All this you have to keep in mind. But the fact is that anyone can understand. You know, you said Allah is formless, and then you're locating him in book 2. You really want to understand what Allah is formless? Yeah, I understand. This is what it is, formlessness means. He can understand it, he can get it. Why not? Hey champion, your prophet said na, father and son are the same. You know what he meant by that? Do you know what means Father and Son of the Holy Spirit? You explain in terms of Vedanta, he'll get it. So, it is not culture dependent, though anyone in this culture gets an inherent advantage. Because Prasada Buddhi, Ishvara Arpana Buddhi is easier. That part of it is easier in this culture. Yeah. Acceptance of the Veda is easier. Where not necessarily modern culture, okay? Otherwise it can also become like this Indian parent in the West. Every day she does the arati for the Lord, and then she takes that arati all around. And forward it to you. And the child is watching with his friend. What's your mama doing? Friend is an American. She's checking all the fire alarms. Can become like that also. Many of us as youngsters rejected all our puja part, etc., because they were thrust on us without any understanding, without any explanation, any understanding. So that problem also exists. The only answer was our ancestors did it, it's one thing, great, you also should do it. What type of an answer is that? When I'm asking why, what type of an answer is that? Plus all the other propaganda coming in. This is superstition, this is that, this is that. Yeah. So you want a good argument against superstition? I was cutting my nails as a youngster on Thursday. Thursday you're not supposed to cut. This is how all this superstition, uncle, what is this? After Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the weekend. How can you open all the beer cans and the plastic namkeen packets without your names? See, there is a reason.
Very good.
Even such a silly argument given to a kid will work. It's absolutely silly. Of course, then you opened his mind up for the proper explanation. That's why the joke is useful. That's why I crack it. Because you open up that youngster's mind to listen to more than that. He also has a good laugh, you also have a good laugh, this, that, etc. Then say, okay. Now you want to know the real reason. Yeah, what is it? He will himself ask. But we try to be holier than thou. So we all rejected our culture in many ways. That didn't help us. This culture makes Vedanta easily available. But because of that, it may not be valued either. Because availability, taken for granted. Oh, yoga. Many people who, oh no, yoga's eyes can't touch their toes. What yoga are you talking about? Many people who say, no, all these are our heritage, etc. They don't know what the Veda is. They really don't know. So, the taking for granted is that's why when a student from a different culture comes to learn in an ashram setup, the guy is very, very committed. There's only one problem he really faces. I spoke to all the students he really faces in India. It is not the cultural diversity, etc. that's a problem. food is the issue. Too much of spices. Yeah. That's the only issue he faces in India, nothing else. Because his commitment to learning is there. No? So in Rishikesh and all, they go and see arrangements outside if they can do anything. In Coimbatore, that option is not available. In our setup that's coming at Kalyan, some options are available, but that will be worse than what we get. Maharashtrian food teacher and all that, how do you expect? Okay, but jokes apart, the whole understanding, the thing, that knowledge, jnanameva tu kaivalyam, nothing else. After this, he goes into, you say meditation can give you a good meditation. He deals with 3-4 types of meditations itself. Broad categories. Within that category, each category you can have 100 varieties. But he deals with 3-4 different categories of meditation and how that will not deliver the goods. That also he says. Okay, Sampad Upasana, Pratik Upasana, etc. I'll come in. But all that we will see next class. Okay, it's almost 12:10. Good place to stop. Okay, oh, that's